Hello and welcome back to another video. Today we got some news, some freebies. We're going to talk about vaults from the Crowhill or Crowhill, whatever you want to say. Before we get into it, don't forget to like and subscribe and click that notification button to be notified of new videos. Without further ado, let's get into it. Ooh, okay, we're over at RTMA Studios on Instagram. So if you want to link up, chat, and yeah, get connected, I'll follow if you follow, and yeah, let's chat over there too. If you've any requests for any other videos, you want to any tips, you want to give any tips, that's fine. Let's engage and yeah, help promote each other too. So whatever you want to do. Anyway, so without further ado, we're at the crowhillcompany.com/free, and we're looking at the Vault series. So I made a video on the Vault series before, and to be honest, I slipped up. And what I slipped up on was that every time they introduce something, their latest drop, something is probably going to drop out soon. So yeah, when these come out, you gotta get them. You have to. So I want to quickly show you that on the website, and then we're going to get into the latest two that I've got. I might let you hear some other ones as well. But so far, they've got glass beaker, this gongs. Sorry, I have to scroll down and see. So glass beaker, tuned gongs, dulcet vocal, harmonium, rhythm machine, and lo-fi strings. I believe lo-fi strings will be the one that drops out soon. So literally, this is what February 4th today, 2026. Quickly get over to thecrowhill.com and get this for free before it drops out. So yeah, without further ado, let's go over. Well, sorry, I'll scroll down again. Looks awesome, doesn't it? I really love how they've designed this site. It just looks really good. You should definitely pay whoever's drawing this stuff, you know. But yeah, also before we move over from the vault, so I've got some of these already. You'll have to buy them, and it does say here free in return of a small charity donation. And there's a little asterisk, so I click on that. No, nothing's happening. Crowhill, oh, it did. Sorry. Remember these? Vaults archive. You asked, we listened. Looks awesome. Sounds awesome. And then yeah, you can have a wee read through. It's actually pretty good. There's a charity. And yeah, so donate some money to charity too and feel awesome. So, ta-da! Open up my trusty door. So I love Reason Studios. Some news, because it did say news and freebies, didn't it? The news. First of all, Lander has bought or taken over Reason Studios. So hopefully exciting things ahead there. Of course, people like me have been using Reason for, oh, I'd say about, what's this, 2026. I came to Japan 2006. But yeah, let's say 24, 25 years as a Reason user from back in the day. So yeah, I've always used Reason. I'll be honest, bit nervous, a little bit nervous that there's going to be big changes, but who knows? And hopefully, one of those big changes might be positively. They might introduce native video importing, so you can like score the videos and stuff, which is something Reason's been reluctant to do. While this is not a review of this plugin, just quickly, this is the plugin that I use for that very thing. It's called VidPlay VST, and this is how I would score for videos, animations, that kind of stuff, trailers, things like that. And it does the job. It's great. And of course, I love Reason. So yeah. Anyway, Control Z. There we go. So without further ado, let's get into it. So vaults, I'm going to drag over from Crowhill, as you can see there. I'm dragging vaults. I've also got pocket strings. Oh, pocket strings is great. Anyway, open up the plugin. And we see here, I'll move it over just here, just next to my face. There we go. It opens up a mallet piano. Now you can click, left, right to scroll through these, which is fine. You can also click here, or sorry, here, and it'll open up the list of all the Vaults plugins that you have in this. So I want to show you the one that's just come out, Glass Beaker. Okay, I'm going to double click that, and there you go. So let's go through this together. So I'm going to play on my keyboard here, and I'll just go up and down the keys. Now I noticed in one of the other ones that it actually goes on past the edge there. So if I just hit the first key, oh, lovely, right? And if I go right down to C, but if I go past this, it keeps going. And I think this is a scroll bar, is that right? Yes, there you go. You can also click. And there you go. Perfect. That's it. Sounds quite low there. But anyway. So that's what that sounds like. I'm a huge fan of going quite low on this. And so what I'm going to do just on my DAW is I'm going to turn this up. I'll turn it up at the gain, to be honest. There we go. Okay. So sounds alright. Yeah, okay. What can we do with that? So we got here low pass filter, I'm guessing that is LPF, delay, reverb, crystallizer. Looks like crystallizer's off. Pardon me. Reverb's just a little bit, delay, and LPF. So let's see with the reverb. Let's just jump the reverb, okay? So I'm gonna be low. It's not really ideal for reverb, is it? Low, is it? Still sounds nice. Ooh. Okay. Loses his punch there, doesn't it? Yeah, just the reverb. All right. Oh, it's got a bit of like a steel drum vibe there, doesn't it? And apologies to anyone that can actually play piano. I just like put my hand in a chord shape and then just go, yeah, I can play. Yeah. Try it. Whatever this is. I think it's an inverted second. Don't know. Here we go. Anyway, so yeah, it's got like a steel drum vibe, doesn't it? That's nice. And the low end. Something about that though. Oh. Right, anyway, so that was a bit of reverb up and down. So let's try the delay. So we'll get that right up there. Yep. Does exactly what it says on the tin. And there we go. And next, the low pass filter. Lovely. Some fun with that. Automate it and stuff. Okay. Lovely. And crystallizer. So I left this to the last because, yeah, of course, we know delay, reverb, low pass filter. We got an idea what it's going to sound like. And crystallizer. We'll have a guess. Do you think it's going to make it like harsher? Is it still going to be in tune, or is it going to make it some weird, how would you describe it? Like a, atonal kind of sound. I don't know. So let's try. So I'm just going to play same note. Here we go. Oh, okay. So it's like a reverse kind of delay, isn't it? Maybe it goes up and down the octaves or something. I don't know. It's pretty cool. Oh. Yeah, it's nice. Right, let's get low. Oh, and I'm holding the key here. You can still hear that. That's the lowest it goes. See. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to turn this crystallizer down just to maybe try and back to kind of where it was. Anyway, and we'll try here. So we've got 100 EXP. I have no idea what this is, so best thing to do is just try and play around with the instrument. This is also something pretty good that you should do yourself at home with all your VSTs, all your instruments, all your samples. Just go through them, click buttons, turn things you don't normally turn in when you're actually making tracks, and just experiment because you'd be surprised how much you do remember. And when you're actually looking at sound and looking to go a certain direction with your track, you're like, oh, I could use that, VST that had that knob that did the thing, and you remember it because you've been playing around and using it. And it's a great time when you've got like, can you call it writer's block, when you're going through those waves that I'm sure everybody does, where you're not in the most creative mood, whether that lasts a day or a week or a month or whatever. You can just turn on your DAW and just play around, and it it it's never wasted time. And as I say, even if you are listening to this right now, for example, and you're thinking, well, it's very unique, it's very maybe specific, it's not something I would use in the genre that I normally make. Again, this is kind of with the idea that if you really, really want a career in music, I strongly recommend diversifying and, be the artist that you want to be. And if it's you promoting your songs, and that's great, but also don't don't uh don't miss out on the opportunity to, make some music for websites like Motion Array, Artlist, Envato, that kind of thing. Sync licensing, making tracks from different genres that might go in films and adverts and TVs and TV shows and stuff. Basically, you know, you by doing that, one, you will be learning how to write music, make music, produce music for different genres, different kind of styles. But again, it also means that you can start using your libraries extensively, you know, um, and get creative with it. And again, you can go to, I need this kind of like crystallizer type sound, bang, you've got it. So yeah, just keep playing around with your stuff and experiment, and yeah, it's all good. So sorry for that wee rant. I'm sure you're wanting to hear this, and let's play. So turn this one down. Not really sure how to describe that. Suppose it's just the expression. Is that what EXP? And someone was probably screaming that it's expressive or whatever. I'm like, yeah, EXP. I was video game mode here. Like, XP? What? Anyway, so yeah, there's that. And then we have here course. Okay, it's doing exactly what it says on the tin. So let's get crazy. Let's go. Suppose if you're doing any kind of scoring for video games, right? Where if you have it quite low and you turn it up, you could probably get some really good atmospheres and things out of this. Like in some kind of fractured parallel world or something, maybe like a glass cave or something of that. Mirrors, thinking of those type of things and those kind of feels. Yeah, nice. Anyway, so that was Glass Beaker. And yeah, I think it does sound very glassy, and it's doing exactly what it says. So what we'll do is we'll click on this, and then next I'll go to tuned gongs. Gong. Right now, I just slide this over. Oh, there we go. So as it starts here, it looks like you've only a couple of keys, but you can slide it down with the wee slider. So maybe the default needs to kind of start like this or something. But let's see if it was in the middle. Anyway, there we go. So again, this Tune Gongs also has a crystallizer, and actually, 2 seconds. Crystallizer. Oh, splosh. Okay, so I was starting to freak out there that I wonder if every single one of those is a crystallizer, but no. Tuned gongs and glass beaker. So I'm excited to hear this. So sorry. Here we go. I'll stop talking and we'll start playing. Here we go. Let me just see where that starts. So I'll just open a wee track here. Just to see my piano roll. So it starts on C3. So yeah, using the middle is going to be middle of the keyboard, around about C3, and then it still goes. Okay, nice. Well, there you go. Didn't realize that. I wonder why it's grayed out. If I keep going, actually, right? So here we go. What's that? What am I on? C5. So yeah, that's as high as it goes. C5, which is good to know. So back to C3. Sorry. Okay, there we go. So if I like the sound of that already, because obviously it's a gong, it's a tuned gong, so it's doing exactly what it says. However, you just know that the lower you go with this, you're going to get some really, really, really good sounds, really good tones. And I'm sure with the crystallizer, if it's got that kind of reverse effect, kind of obviously crystallizing like the other one, glass beaker, it might make for some really interesting sounds. So I'm gonna go one octave lower here, and in fact, let me just stretch this a bit higher. Make sure this is pinned. Hold on. That was C1. I'm getting all excited now. Right. Reverb. I'm going to turn it up a bit more. Maybe some delay, just a little bit. Right. C1. You ready? I want it up because I've still got it right up there. Oh, so I'll not hit the velocity as hard, and let's see. Can you hear that slight bit of crystal, that like slight ringing? Let's let that dissipate. Man, I can't wait to get that blasting out speakers. That's sorry, I have to do it one more time. I have to. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Again, I know that that doesn't seem like it would be all that useful in like a dance track or you know something that would be have a lot of like melody and music and chord progressions and stuff. But when you start getting into the world of like video games, atmospheres, you're trying to just create a feel in a video, a short film, an indie film, for example, horror or just tension, stuff like that is just gold, and that sounds absolutely beautiful. Crowhill, and this was free. Well, it is free at the moment, so you better hurry up and get it. Right, let's play around. So I'm sorry, I'm going to stick with C1 because I really like the sound of that and I want to have fun. So I'm going to turn the crystallizer right up. And I could hear we crystal kind of grains, but let's go right up here. Yeah, because the reverb and delays up. Beautiful. There's gentle. Just down in the velocity. I'm getting like Fallout 4 vibes. I've been playing Fallout 4 recently, and I thought I heard a lot of labs instruments used because I've literally been updating labs, which is now Splice instrument. Anyway, maybe another video to review, but yeah, recently I've been hearing a lot of Fallout 4 stuff, so I don't know, it's just got those kind of atmosphere, tension kind of vibes, but that gong's amazing. Oh, yeah. So this one says sub bass, right? So it might be at the top. And if I just turn that up, probably something you would feel more. Oh, still sounds good. And let me see. So I just want to see what it's actually doing here. So it says sub bass. So what I'll do is I'll bring up EQ. I'll turn it right down. Maybe we'll go up a few notes. Here we go. Yeah, maybe. And yeah, the expression. Yeah, you can see it there a bit easier. So yeah, with the sub bass, probably gonna feel that way more on speakers. It's maybe, yeah, it's good, but you can see there at least how it's affecting. Just trying to keep it relatively the same. It's not scientific, but look, you can see sub bass going right up. Yeah, pretty good though. Oh yeah, I'm in love with that. I really am. I think that's gonna have a lot of potential. And I think once you start automating the likes of crystallizer and stuff, using other effects outside of the built-in effects, this thing has a lot of potential to sound really, really good. It already does. I mean, sorry, it sounds really good. It has a potential to be used and make something sound awesome. So yeah, tune gongs, check that one right out. So yeah, glass beaker, tuned gongs, What else was on that list? Let me just double check here. So if we go back to Crowhill, yep, there's Lab, C, Canva, PayPal login. Oh, at least there's no dodgy websites. Doxing myself. Right, DistroKid. Yep, definitely get DistroKid. I love them. That's who I'm with. And go to free. So we had glass beaker, tuned gongs, dulcet vocal. So dulcet vocal, let's have a wee look at dulcet vocal. Where are you? Here you go. I keep clicking the actual name. That's maybe another thing on an update. Crowhill. Let me just put the list comes up when you click the name. What do we say? Dulcet something. Dulcet vocal. Okay, here we go. So I need to go up a bit. Here we go. Oh, beautiful. And there's that splash again, by the way. Is that a bit Bravehearty? Yeah, anyway. So yeah, pretty dry, straight at the box, which is good. And then if we go for splosh. Yeah, pretty standard. Sorry, you know, not getting paid for this. I'm just being honest. It's yeah, pretty basic, which is fine. C major, easy to play, all the white keys, you know. So yeah, it was with Splash Up and Echo. Yeah, pretty fun. Now, you might be listening to this and thinking, "Oh, that's pretty whack. That's not cool. It's not fun. It's kind of." I'll be honest, like that type of sound is like a dated sound, right? It's like you could get it from a cheap keyboard. However, you know, don't sleep on things like this because what you'll find is these are perfect for, and I don't want to make this sound like we're making any kind of lesser music, but for a lot of children's stuff, a lot of, fun, quirky animation, stuff like that, all these things have a place, and I find this kind of sound is perfect for that. Especially when you're mixing it in with other instruments and things, you can get some really fun, beautiful, bright, happy sounding melodies. So don't sleep on these because they might sound really, rubbish or something out of context, but in the right context, in the right genre, these things are awesome, and I do and have used them quite a lot in many animations when we've been scoring for them, and you get like, it really helps. you know so yeah, you don't sleep on them. Again, try everything, listen to it, play it, get a feel for it, and then lock that in your head, and it'll always be there for you to kind of reference if you need that type of sound, if you want to go that direction, or you just want to experiment. You'll at least know your the tools of your trade, so yeah, check it out. It was modulation. Again, you'll find on its own, yeah, it's great. You can hear some movement there. Sometimes when it's with other sounds in a layer, that kind of movement can really open things up, in a sound. So yeah, we got repeat. Yeah, did exactly what it says. I'll keep that up. So we got timbre. Some people say timbre. Timbre, timbre, whatever you want to call it. So scatter. It's like a delayed echo, isn't it, or something? Right up. Let's see what it sounds like. Oh, okay, nice. And timbre, we'll go right down. Yeah, sounds like it's like degrading it or something, but anyway. Yeah, lovely. It was dulcet vocal. So what's next? What do we have next? That's how we look. So we had glass beaker, tune gongs, dulcet vocal, we got harmonium, rhythm machine, and lo-fi strings. So I'll try and go through them a bit quicker because I don't want to bore you to death. I do want you to come back and think the video is useful. So harmonium, let's see what harmonium is. Let's hit play. Oh! Yeah. Again, lovely. This is definitely in like a kid genre for me. Again, sorry if it can be used for mature content or whatever, but love it. Love it. There you go. Anyway, so like stuff like that is brilliant for kid genre for scoring with simple animations, like the old man just kind of chilling in the house, just moping about. Nice and quirky. Get some xylophones in there or whatever. Sounds nice. Yeah. Again, these videos, these kind of things that we're talking about, I'm not talking about any one particular genre. This is for you who, you're still deciding what path you want to take in music. So yeah, please be mindful that something might sound whack, like I said earlier before, and it still has a use in some type of genre that someone might be trying to get into in some type of field in music that can be really useful. And as I say, you should never sleep on these things because you never know. And if you're producing for a client, that client might be a media company that wants kid songs, and you're like, oh, okay, I don't really what kind of sounds it's gonna use in kid songs. Just get used to it. Just experiment, check out these things, and keep a mental log of these type of instruments and what use you could have for them. And there you go. Lovely. So let me just squeeze. Adding some kind of delay or something, a reverb, is it? Nice. I like it anyway. Pretty good. Obviously, there's the modulation. If we go really low. Oh. In fact, how low can we go? Okay, where am I? So C1. So that's like a low velocity. Okay, and then if I hit it harder, it's like an octave, isn't it? Sounds nice though. Splosh, bit more splosh. Lovely. So again we had timbre. Okay, and let's go for room. Yeah, just a room sound. There we go. So yeah, pretty much what it said. So let's try for rhythm. I keep clicking the name. Crowhill, please let this be what brings up the menu. So what do we say we're going for? The rhythm machine. Woohoo! Oh, look at that red. That's lovely. I like that. So rhythm machine. Now let's see how this works. So we got some gray keys, some white keys, and they're separated. So this is, go back up to C3. Okay, so just after C3, gray keys, nothing happens, and after the gray keys, we got, oh yeah, my name is Robert. So what I'm going to do is going to scroll over and see how high we can go. Okay. Yeah, it's got a nice sound. Are they layers that are slightly different, or is it the exact same sound? Usually with all that digital stuff, I'm not confident that it's like a couple of stacked sounds, just so it has a slight difference every time. Like it's not exactly the same sound, just repeated. But I'm not sure. I mean, it kind of, maybe it is different. It just sounds nice anyway. It doesn't sound samey, so to speak. Oh, I like that. Just hearing that in the headphones has like this nice buzz. Now you can see it here. I think it's around about 1.3 kilohertz on my thing here. It's like, so yeah, I don't know. It's nice. I like it. Yeah, nothing on past there. So we just go back down again, and I'll move it over. Aha. So the way it's laid out, I'm going to guess, is if you're a rhythm master, unlike me, because I'm not, you're probably going to use two hands, and then you'd be like, you know, one hand's that kind of thing, which is awesome. And there's probably a really good way of playing that, which is cool. So yeah, float your boat. Let's play around. Oh, we could have a lot of fun with that. And that's just a pitch. There you go. Yeah, a lot of fun with pitch. Again, automation, get really creative with some stuff. And that would be awesome. Actually, I don't know what the I need to reset it here. So sorry, I'll change and come back again. So the pitch was set to, let me see, 50, was it? So 50 must be where it should sit, and then any lower and higher is pitch down, pitch up. I'm guessing 0 would be an octave lower, and 100 would be an octave higher. 50's in the middle. Let's just double check. 50. How easy is it to hit 50? Because some of these things are tricky, right? You go to turn a knob or something, and it's like you can't get to the exact number you want. But yeah, it was pretty simple. And yeah, there you go, 50. Dirt. Yeah, oh, I like dirt. Dirt's nice. Now let's see if it actually automatically maps to my drum pads. So this is 1. No. Suppose you have to assign that then. Sometimes in some keyboards it's automatic, right? And it just, yeah, anyway. I keep thinking that's like that Brazilian, I can't remember the name of the genre, but like that, you hear it on some reels recently. And it's, yeah, anyway. Okay, echo. Splosh. I'm going to reset it again. Sorry, I'm back again. There we go. So this is width. Again, automation might sound nice. Getting a bit of movement in your mix and your sound, even if it's subtle. It can just really, have a nice effect. Smash. Smash. Yeah, it's like, let's just get louder. Normal. Smash. What with smashing dirt? Smash that dirt. Smash the dirt. Oh. There you go. And of course, I'm on the red here because I had turned up the gain. Anyway, what a float your boat. Smash. Yeah, like that. Rhythm machine's pretty cool. And the last one. Oh, I did it again. Oh, hold on. Oh, hold on. If you double click, it does work. Woo! Sorry, Crowhill. Sorry if you were literally screaming at the screen for the last, how long has it been? I'm checking. 43 minutes. I apologize. Wow. Okay. Because these are unedited, by the way. There's no way I'm going to edit because you just want to see all the mistakes, all the guff. It's like you're in the room with me. We're having a conversation, or at least a one-way conversation. Anyway, so last one. I want to do lo-fi strings. So if you do double click on it, it'll work, or the list. Sorry, Crowhill. I muddied your name. I apologize. So, lo-fi strings. Oh. It's got that nice creepiness actually about it. Okay, it's got that old-timey wobbly sound to it, doesn't it? So if I turn, let's actually start here today, drop out. Oh, Dropout just makes it sound really, really old and kind of glitchy. Suppose you had like a radio effect, you get a really good old timey sound on that, wouldn't you? If you especially did sound design for like some old timey kind of gramophone music, you could make some melodies and stuff up with this. Little Johnny didn't know what to do when he came home. You know, Little Johnny, some 1940s infomercial or something, I don't know. Yeah, that's how exactly I would use it. Again, just if I need that old timey sound, maybe for what do they call it in film? Diegetic or diegetic sound, where maybe in the actual place where the performers are, or the character, they're hearing something coming through like an old radio, a bit creepy. That'd be pretty cool. But let's see what else we can do there, because it says lo-fi strings, so I'm guessing obviously it's lo-fi, but maybe it's geared towards the genre of music that would use that term as well. But who knows? Let's see. I'm gonna turn Dropout back to 0. Try Tombra. Does what it says. Filter. Lovely. Dirt. Very dirty. Dirty. Echo. Lovely. And some splosh. Lovely. So there we go. That's Crowhill Vaults. Again, I'll just open this up, and I strongly recommend getting it. These are really, really good to have in your arsenal, and play around with them, try and make something with it. If you do make anything, link us in, and yeah, let us hear what you can do. And hopefully the next time they update this with something else, we can come back and we'll play the latest drop. As for now, Glass Beaker, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, thank you for staying so long. If you've watched the whole thing, you're a champion. You're an absolute champion. And hopefully you found it interesting. Hopefully you found it useful, even if you've skipped to go like, right, hurry up, I want to hear this thing. If you want more vaults, again, this is the second video. I have no problem doing something else with it. Maybe we can make a track with vaults. We'll just a track with only vaults. Maybe that's the next thing. Let me know in the comments. Please ask. And yeah, if you're from the Crowhill company, I apologize profusely for complaining, especially that the menu was only in one spot when actually it's not. You can get it here and here. So thank you. Thank you very much. In fact, 3 places you can change here, change by double clicking here, or change by clicking here. So you give me 3 options. So yeah, I apologize. Very Japanese apology. Because I'm in Japan. Anyway, thank you very much. And yeah, without further ado, we're done. Bye. I tried to click there and it didn't work. So yeah, awesome. Not embarrassed much. But yeah, see you later.